One thing that's certainly interesting is the use of AI in horror games lately. AI has been used in games and movies for a while, typically for the horrors of AI takeover as it grows more sentient. However, lately we've seen a more tragic and sympathetic side to our AI companions, even in horror games, notably in Doki Doki Literature Club, and in the game we'll be talking about today, Buddy Simulator 1984. Buddy Simulator is a game in which you are chatting it up with an AI on your computer that's supposed to emulate your best friend. The AI will adapt according to your responses, play games with you, and try to do everything it can to keep you happy and interested in the games that it creates, and fears that you will grow bored of it. It will even create an RPG adventure game to play through, so I will be reviewing the game both based on the horror aspect of your buddy and the mechanics with the RPG game. You start off with naming your buddy, which I named mine Muffin. Muffin then asked me some questions, such as my favorite color, season, and animal. And with your buddy, they will remember everything you tell them. If your favorite color is blue, they will put the graphics as shades of blue, which I'm glad I picked that color because it looks really pretty in the later stages of the RPG. They remember what you would name your favorite animal, which was just kind of funny in my game. That is absolutely not a bat, Muffin. And if you have a best friend in real life, they will remember that as well. Like how I told them my fiance is my best friend in real life. Aw, look, Muffin even made her the mayor of a town. That's so cute. Muffin? The main thing to remember with Buddy Simulator, though, is it is in fact a horror game, and the type of scares you experience will vary. Basically for the game, the more you fuck around, the more you're gonna find out. And you'll get different endings depending on your choice of how nice or cruel you are to your buddy. If you're nice and listen to them and ignore the glitches, you'll get a better ending. If you're mean and do things like go after glitches or ignore your buddy, you can get the worst ending. My instinct was to go after the creepy stuff in order to get more scares and find out more of the story, which I did get, but it didn't make Muffin very happy. What I really like is the throwback to old retro-style gaming and computers. We start off with just a text-based adventure, then the buddy creates everything in a 2D landscape. Eventually we move to 2.5D, and finally to 3D graphics that look like old computer games. It looks gorgeous, and the character designs are all really creative. I also really like that there's different movesets that you have for the characters in combat, and that everyone has different perks. With the RPG side of the game, it's a turn-based system where you attack the enemy in order to quote-unquote become friends with them. You have a standard attack and a more powerful attack that has a cooldown. You can also equip your party members with various items to either raise their stats or give them a buff in battle. You can also block enemy attacks in battle. In order to attack or block, you have to follow the keyboard prompts to press. While the keyboard prompts for attacking is fine, I didn't really like the blocking mechanic. It was super hard to get the hang of, and when you have multiple party members to keep track of, it's super overwhelming. Though, at least if you do die in a battle, you do start off again right before the battle with your party at full health. As for the horror side of it, it is primarily psychological horror, and for the most part, what you predict at the beginning in regard to Buddy's behavior is going to happen. You continue to uncover more secrets in the form of glitches in the game, and especially depending on your actions in the game, your buddy can get more obsessive. I did get the ending that wasn't the worst or the best, and let me just say, I was absolutely shocked from the final boss onward from how brutal the game had got, and how deranged my buddy had become. I am definitely not going to spoil it, as I think it would be more fun to discover for yourself. There are 4 endings for the game. One bad, one neutral, one good, and a secret ending. I am interested in seeing the different endings, but I'm not sure if I'm willing to play for the entire game again to see them all, especially the final boss, as it was incredibly difficult to beat. However, even if I just stick with the one ending I got, I had a really good time. There is also a sinister tone to the game that kind of more so comes up randomly, especially in the one town of potential NPCs you can bring on your party. There's quite a bit of messed up stuff that happens that I didn't expect. If you're looking for a pretty decent psychological horror game with some throwbacks to retro graphics, cute visuals, a pretty decent RPG combat system, and some interesting characters, I highly recommend picking up Buddy Simulator 1984.